social media is the root cause of all this, and more so Facebook, because I mean, of course, it's also the parents. I feel like too many people that were not ready to be parents had kids and they did not know how to handle them. But on top of that, they get on social media, they're lost. When you're a kid, you have no idea who you are, you don't know what you want to be. Maybe your genetics and your lifestyle have already made you overweight and you don't know how to feel about that. Yeah. Well, now there's groups on Facebook, there's places on Instagram, there's places on Twitter. Oh, you're fine. Fat, health at every size, all this, those people are just fat phobic. The doctor's fat phobic. Those scientists are fat phobic. And it's like, it gives them a place to find these people who are lost and don't know who they are, and put their message, put that little seed of their message into their brains.
Yeah.
And now that seed is hatched and it's turned into this. And it's not just with the fat pride community at all. And I mean, confidence is awesome. If you are confident, that's great. But when you're screaming it on Facebook and being like angry about it, I don't feel like you're confident. I feel like you're seeking validation.
Yeah.
So this one is a sign. It says, no one wants to hear about your diet. Just eat your salad and be sad. Maybe if you don't like hearing about someone who is proud of themselves for achieving goals, the smaller goals that they set to achieve larger goals, maybe find someone else to hang out with.
Well, this is how they argue, right? It's a petty little argument, and this is one of their very clear tactics. They'll cherry pick one little thing out, and what it does is it distracts a person on the other side, right? To now argue against salad, right? I don't eat salad every day. Healthy people don't eat salad every day. I do enjoy a salad every now and again. It's actually very good. Never mind that it's healthy. The thing is, a salad could be just as unhealthy as a Big Mac and fries, if I'm being frank. I've seen idiots, and it's usually morbidly obese people and obese people that will go to the salad bar. What are you playing at? And then dump 2 cups of dressing on the top, and then pile on some cheese and some bacon bits, and they think that they're eating a salad, and they wonder, oh, I'm not losing weight. No, you're not fucking losing weight, because you just ate 4,000 calories in dressing and cheese and bacon. So again, this is just to derail the conversation. They cherry pick little things out, and us people who are fit or just regularly healthy, we don't just eat salads. I enjoy the hell out of a pizza, and I do it every Friday with my family. It's awesome. I do it. It's about moderation, people. I'm not a slave to my quote unquote diet. I don't diet. I haven't dieted in forever. I haven't dieted ever since I grew a little bit of intelligence and sense. Diets are useless. It's a lifestyle, moderation, long term. Right here. Now, I'm not going to get into the semantics and argue it. I'm just saying, just look at it objectively.
Logically. Yeah.
Objectively. Who is happy and who is angry? Which one do you want to be? Do you just want to be angry and bitter and full of excuses and victimhood? Or do you want to be generally happy and just trying to better yourself and get along and not care about body size, this, that, and the other?
But see, kids don't think about that. See, right. I'm always thinking about what the kids are looking at online. Because, our channels, or our show at least, my channel, Fit Dad, and our show is called Fit Dad's Life. So it's always, at the end of the day, it's going to be about being a dad and looking out for the kids. See, kids don't think about stuff like that. They just like, oh, that sounds good. Yeah. Oh, I like that, and then they just hop right on it, So, and I know that because I was a kid once. But, they don't think before they, like, if they see something that makes them feel better about being fat or being even anorexic or the other way, on the other side of the spectrum. and they buy into that because it sounds good. They don't think about it logically. They don't think about how the long-term effects of their allowing these adults, these fully grown adults who behave like children. They don't want to claim responsibility for anything that they've done. You know, they don't want to claim responsibility for the position they're in now. Maybe they're morbidly obese. Maybe they're just, you know, not quite morbidly obese, but, you know, more overweight than they would like to be, but they've always got an excuse for it. Like you were saying earlier, it's the lack of responsibility. It's the lack of discipline. And then it's them passing this nonsense on to kids that are just scrolling through. Maybe the kid's not even overweight. Maybe they're just a normal kid, normal weight, normal, you know, everything, average, you know, and they find a Facebook group and it's got some of these wild theories in it, you know, and they're talking about doctors and scientists all being fat phobic. And it's like, come on, guys, fat phobic, a doctor.
Yeah.
The only fear they have is for your health.
Yeah.
It's not a fear of you. It's a fear for you.
Yes. Yeah.
Like and I hate it that they're preaching that, oh, health at every weight, health at every size. No.
Agreed.
If we're looking at this objectively and logically, we can look at studies, whether you want to look at control groups of 10 people or 10,000 people, the same basic principles remain. If you have an abundance of excess body fat, you will probably have high blood pressure. You could have diabetes. You're more likely to have strokes, heart attacks, a myriad of problems.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to just brush all that to the side and pretend it doesn't exist. And I think it was on that show I mentioned earlier on in the stream, or my 600-pound life or something. It shows her doing dumbbell curls with like a 5-pound dumbbell. That 600-pound chick, I think her name's Tammy. Yeah, she was doing like some dumbbell curls, sitting down on her couch. She's like, "Oh, I'm working out." And it's like, go for a walk, maybe. Walk. Yeah. Just get up and walk to the kitchen and back. Hell, grab you something while you're in there, because we all know you're going to. But instead of having the person that's taking care of you do it, you do it. If you need a walker, use the walker. All right, now tomorrow do that twice. And then do it twice the following day. And then day 4, maybe 3 times. Just continue. It's small steps and they build up. They add up. I know this from experience. I was on the other side of the spectrum. I wasn't like anorexic or bulimic. I wasn't throwing up my food. I've just always had such a ridiculous metabolism that I was super skinny no matter how much I seemed to eat. And until I started tracking my calories and actually paying attention to what my macros were and lifting weights, and until I actually started paying attention to it, I was a walking stick basically. I had lanky arms, and even at 200 pounds, I still look tall and skinny, but I'm a lot better than 154. But it's the same principle. Whether you're trying to lose weight or gain weight, is small steps. That's why we went over, the New Year's resolution thing. I think that is actually linked in the description, that stream that we did, why New Year's resolutions are BS.
Yeah. Because
trying to just flip a switch, as you put it, and change everything at once is not going to work. It's best to take small steps.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. That's where
you're not going to be.
Been.
I mean, of course, lifting that 5-pound dumbbell is better than doing nothing at all, but you're not burning very many calories. What are you burning? Maybe 3 or 4 calories per curl with 5 pounds, if that, maybe a little bit more. I don't know.
No way.
I'm sure that arm on her has to weigh. It's hard to even guess, man. If she's a 600-pound lady, what would one arm weigh on her?
Who knows? An absurd
But
amount.
it's just sad because, I mean, she gets mad at her family. She gets mad at her doctor. Like, it's their fault. Like, just give me this surgery, you know? And it's like, you won't even put in this minuscule amount of effort, you know? You can get the surgery, but you're not going to live a different lifestyle. It's not going to help you in the long run. It could actually be even more harmful than you just maintaining a healthy diet.
Yeah. I mean, you just reinforced my point. You know, they're angry. We're not, generally speaking. That's it. It just comes down to that. Now, all you have to do is just, if you could take a half a second to step back and look at what group of people is generally happy and what group of people is generally angry, then you can figure out what direction you want to go in. And the thing is then we get into the problem of our echo chambers, and so that's why now it's just all been so much more reinforced and so mainstream now, because now social media is now our new news networks. Oddly enough, that's how everybody gets their news and all their information is social media. So these echo chambers now are gaining, mainstream type of attention. That's insane. Think about that. I mean, in my lifetime, and I don't consider myself an old dude. I turned, I'm 41, turned 42 this weekend. But I'm in my lifetime, guys. I remember that we used to be fairly disconnected, and our opinions didn't mean shit. Like that's the way we were happiest, where we didn't have so much access to one another, and so then we don't perpetuate bad habits amongst a group of people. We don't perpetuate bad mental illness, like and glorify it, and then that worsens it, because when you glorify all of this mental illness, because that's where a lot of this stuff stems, is mental illness. When you glorify it and celebrate it, then that tells the person, let's say it was me, it tells me that, oh, okay, I must be okay. I have no room for self-improvement. That's what the world is, or that's what the social media world is telling these people if they are staying in their echo chambers. It's telling me, oh, I'm 100%. I don't need to improve. I'm okay if I'm, obese. I'm okay if I'm depressed. I'm okay if I'm confused about my gender. I'm a queen. Shit. And then that does no justice for these people. And I know I'm going a little bit off topic because we're getting into kind of mental illness, but it does no justice at all for mankind. It is a cancer. And the problem is we as adults can't even handle social media, much less our children. So that's, the children are the targets. Let's be honest. They're not trying to indoctrinate me. My mind's made up. They're trying to indoctrinate the children. It's the generation. Instead of trying to get them to think a certain way. So generationally, we move through, and then it becomes the norm. So that's the problem. And so if adults can't even handle social media, do you think children can reason through it? Shit, no, they don't have a prayer. They don't have a prayer. So we're in trouble. Social media sucks. I mean, and unfortunately, we're having to use social media here, you and I, Chris, to reach out. And so we're using it, and I'm saying it sucks at the same time, and those are mutually exclusive. I can say that it sucks, and I got to use it now to try to get the message out, to get a little bit of sense back out there.
It does have its uses, but it has become a problem. It's become a problem in that, like I had mentioned before, and like you were just saying, it's given a haven for these people to breathe these thoughts and ideas that are just fantasies, basically. Like they've told themselves for so long that they are fine being 400 pounds at 5'10", that they actually, I guess they believe it, and they have to know some, and that's why they get so angry when they even see anything that contradicts what their beliefs are. And when people come to them and say, my doctor says I have to lose. Oh, well, don't go back to that doctor. They don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why it's even more important in this modern day for us as parents to pay very close attention, not only to what our kids, when they're old enough to get onto social media and when that's appropriate, what they're doing there, but what they're bringing home when they go to school, if they go to public school or private school, either way, they're going to find there's always going to be people that are out to turn your kids against you, unfortunately. And that has become, thanks, Luis. I appreciate you stopping by, my friend. Have a good one. But so Muhammad does it. He said, could it just be a Chinese conspiracy to keep Americans fat? I think Americans make that decision, but I wouldn't doubt it. And I wouldn't say Chinese, because Chinese, when I say Chinese, that refers to the Chinese people. But CCP, their government, we'll just leave it there. But the Chinese people are good people. CCP, don't want to talk about that. Probably get banned. But anyway, I think it's Americans, and not only McDonald's, but just every fast food chain that has made it more convenient to eat unhealthy things than it is to eat healthy food.